Holy epic universe, we're live. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast, where we talk about everything theme parks, roller coasters, and all that sort of stuff. How are we all doing?
Good. You didn't think about that at all, did you?
No, and also I didn't realize I had about 3 other tabs minimized that was playing the intro on so I was so confused. I couldn't find where all this music was coming from. So yeah, there we go.
I personally wish you'd have just left it as holy. Oh, you know what? I can't be asked.
I was worrying because I had this one minimized, and I was like, "Has it already gone live?" And I just don't know, and I'm just sitting here like looking around. And Emma has decided to join us. How you doing?
Oh, Emma's here. Woo. Luke will be with us shortly as well.
Oh. Yes, Luke will be with us shortly. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello to everyone in the chat. We got Laura. We got Bart. How we doing, guys?
One moment.
We got loads of people in. Oh, look, that's James. We got everyone in. Hello, Harry. How we doing? I've
been out of bed for all of about half an hour.
Nice.
I don't know if you can still see the red in my eyes.
Okay,
but I'm here.
Yeah, it's been hectic for, I don't know, like this year's been hectic for me so far. So I'm really not even like catching up with like news that much. But Epic Universe obviously officially got announced. It was yesterday, right? Or the day before? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
We are going to go into that later on in the show. I am still ill from a cold I had like nearly 4 weeks ago now, which is just mental.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, happy end of January, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally here.
Oh yeah,
5 years.
5 years later.
It's been a long month, man.
This is categorically, January is the worst month of the year. I don't care that my birthday is in this month. January is the worst month of the year.
That's probably why you hate it, because you probably just got double Christmas and birthday presents.
No one has any money to do anything anyway. And it's one of the longest months of the year. Everyone's just dragging themselves through it.
I just don't know how it lasts so long when I don't really get back into gear like a week into January. So it's weird, but I've done a lot this month. But yeah, so shall we just get into the first topic?
Go for it.
I wanted to wait until Luke was here, but this will start off with Alton Towers have announced they're doing Alton Towers After Dark. So they have some select dates, including the opening day.
I'm all for them opening later, but they did really ruin my plans.
Why?
Of my plan to drive home after the park closed, and I'm like,
you can still do that. You just get home late.
But I'm going to be very fucking tired now.
Well, it's not all about you, James. Okay. So,
and I'm not paying £150 for a Premier Inn. For that.
God, is that much it is?
Yeah.
Slum it. Being a travel
pay the rest of us. Fucking 45 for Ashbourne Travel Lodge.
Can you not like travel lodge it halfway home, so you're like out all night, but it's cheaper?
That is a good point, actually. I could
find like a cheaper one further out, and then it's like an hour's drive, and then you could be in bed.
An M1 travel lodge. I shall have a look.
But I think it's really cool that they're extending their opening times. It's what everyone's been asking for like years, right?
Isn't it only for like 3 Saturdays or something?
Well, it's
planned.
They've released the first.
Those are the
16th, 23rd, and 30th of March. But obviously,
they might do more.
But at some point, it won't be after dark, will it? Unless they stay open till 12. So
that's what I thought. When I saw it was 8 p.m., I was like, "Is it gonna be pitch black by then?" I can't remember how late the sunset is.
Dark by about 6:30, won't it? Really, by then.
Yeah.
Between 6 and 6:30, probably.
At the minute, like 4:30, it's like dark, right? Am I tripping? There we go.
Hey,
there he is.
Hello, the Egg is here.
Joining us.
Egg.
Lex Luthor himself.
Hello.
It's weird seeing your room this bright, Luke.
Why?
Oh
yeah, that is really weird.
I haven't had time to set anything up properly, so bear with. Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. Hello. So, Epic Universe is a thing, right?
How's it going?
We're not there yet.
Later.
No, it's a dream, mate.
Oh,
It's not real.
I did see the. I did see. Did anyone else see the model that some people were getting?
Yeah, the portal.
The portal thing
looked amazing.
With the little discs that they're getting each time they do a reveal.
Although, I don't know why all their portals they make to their theme parks look so phallic-like. I said this to Jack. Islands of Adventure.
Only that one does. Like the main entrance one.
No, they all have.
No, as in
like with a big thing sticking off the top.
Islands of Adventure is like a massive phallic sticking out with veins on it, and then
what a lighthouse!
Yeah, lighthouses.
Go and look.
They have that effect on Sean Mikhail.
Maybe it probably
you can't go on. You can't go down a coastal road.
I remember putting that on Twitter, and like everyone was like, "I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking that." So it's not just me. But no, it looks really cool, and obviously for those of you who haven't seen it, they've been given all these like little medallions to put on it for the different portals as they get like they start talking more about the different lands and stuff. So it's I don't know what's going to happen, if it might unlock something at the end. I don't know what it is, but it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's a really cool
going back to Towers.
Sorry, we were talking about Towers.
Stuff later.
We're talking about After Dark, Luke.
Right. Yeah, I'm really glad that they're trying to, like, I'm seeing it as is a test to see if people will actually come out and stay out and actually, give Towers a reason to pay the costs to stay open later. That's what I see it as. I see it as a test. And all I have to say on that is, like, people better show up and show out for it. The people that constantly moan about not only Towers but UK parks in general closing way too early, go there and give them a reason to stay open later then.
Yeah.
Like if you like we say it all the time, it's because people don't, like, they go home at 5. They go home for dinner.
Weird behavior, isn't it?
Right.
You know what it is? I think what it is that we're kind of stuck in our ways in this country, as we're used to our like theme parks.
Very much so.
Opening at like 10 a.m, closing at like 5, 6. So everyone goes there everyone goes there as soon as the park opens. Whereas if it's shutting later, people need to it's going to take time for people to realize, like, actually, I might just go a little bit later on and I won't be knackered. I want to go home. Yeah, that's what people got. But people are still in this whole thing of like, I'm going to get there for the gates open, and then you're like, well, do you actually want more time in the park, or do you want night rides? Like, people go to like Universal or Disney and stuff, very long opening times. When I go there, I don't go there for opening most of the time.
Literally, I was having this conversation with friends on Discord, and it's like when we talk about British families going over to Florida and going to Universal and experiencing Universal, Disney, even like Busch Gardens and SeaWorld that stay open later as well. It's like they're going to they'll a lot of them, in my experience anyway, like they'll do something during the day, like, and then go back to the hotel because it's like 20 minutes away. Go back to the hotel or go to a restaurant, have dinner, recharge, chill out for a minute, and then go back to a park in the evening because they have the freedom to do so. And they're also not used to doing that. Just being out all the way from, like, not even park open, but like 10, 11 until like 9 at night.
Matt said maybe selling cheaper tickets that allows people entry from 3 would help change people's mindsets. Could be, you could get more local.
Like the Merlin passes, don't they? Like Merlin in the summer have the option you can go from 4. So why can't they do that with normal tickets?
Yeah,
that's true.
Stay open until 9, 10. allow public to do that as well.
Yeah, and Gecko Gamer says Effling does that in the summer as well. Hello, Kira.
Welcome, Kira.
But yeah, I just think anyway, like I just think it's really good news. Hopefully, the other Merlin parks follow suit. Like we think about like Hyperia. Surely they're planning on maybe doing something like that.
Oh yes, please.
Because
you've got to stay open later.
Going out to that side of the park at night on that drop. Holy, be so good. Imagine the view on a clear night from up there as well.
Yeah,
mad. Think of all the cranes you'll see.
All the cranes and planes.
All the cranes.
All the beacons. Beacons for you. Beacons for you. Everyone gets a beacon.
All the portals.
They'll have to have a beacon on it, won't it, James? Or is it below?
No, it will. It will.
Yeah.
200 feet.
I thought so.
I've got no beer today because I'm an idiot, so I'm replacing it with leftover sweets from Christmas.
I would done a kebab on all
so far.
Oh, that I've just realized. You'd have to turn to the left to see Heathrow. You'd have to look left. That's what it's pointing.
You would probably see it as well. It's gonna be crazy. Probably. That coaster's just nuts. Like that last video that Jack did when he walked around the construction site on his channel. Fucking the scale of that thing was like bonkers.
It is huge.
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
Big coaster.
It's gonna be it's not gonna feel like real until
it
I'm
goes.
there, I don't think. No, until I'm there, until I'm seeing it for real.
Right, okay.
Seeing the scale of it. Because what we can do at the minute is compare it to like Stealth, but even that, it's like not really making sense in my head.
There's been photos that I've seen of that, like taking angles that saw the ride in front of it. Like,
I've seen all the photos, but I just think until you're there in person, if you've been to Thorpe flipping loads like I have, like it'd be like going to, it's like going to Towers and seeing like a fucking 300.
I hear you.
There. It's like I can't,
bro. The Immelman makes Swarm look childlike.
Swarm is childlike anyway. Small coaster, man.
What's Swarm? 120? Is it?
I don't know.
130.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's around that. Yeah,
around 130. Yeah,
still high though. I always compare everything now to when we watched the big one, Sean, and we got to 150 foot, and I was like, I make my NL2 coasters too big, man. This is tall. So that's kind of been my
127 is this one.
I think for me, it's just about going to somewhere that I've been my whole life. Like, bearing in mind, all these other theme parks I've been to, whether it's like Portaventura, whether it's like King's Dominion, where anywhere that have got like significant coasters, that's the first time I've been there and I've seen them. But going to a place like Thorpe Park and just seeing something of that like scale, like it's gonna be strange, man.
It's funny you mentioned PA because the first time I went, there was just Dragon Khan there at the back of the park.
Yeah, same.
Then the next time I went, Shambhala was there.
I got pissed off at how small Shambhala made Dragon Khan look. It looked so huge to me.
Every hotel, like you'd look for Dragon Khan, like you just get a little gap in the street. You'd look up, you'd see Dragon Khan. That's like Shambhala and fucking Red Force.
The first few times I went to Portaventura as a kid, I was obsessed with going almost purely because of Dragon Khan.
Yeah, it looked mental.
And then when I seen Shambhala go up, I was like, it makes fucking
mate. When I was coming into land, when I was coming into land at Rias the first time when visiting when Shambhala had been built, like I looked out the window and I saw it. And I didn't believe it. I was like, what? No. I was like, Dad, have you seen this? He was like, that's Shambhala. I was like, yeah. It was like, whoa, that was good. I'm like, yeah, it's massive. It's huge. Yeah. But it towers over that park. It's ridiculous. So yeah, Hyperia is gonna do the same thing, I think. She's gonna make everything look tiny, and that thing's just the only thing it's got for it that might not make it look that big until you get there is how far back in the park it is compared to everything else that's at the front of the park. It is slightly
that feeling you get when you stood next to the big one. Like even now, I stand next to the big one. I look at it and I'm like, it is fucking massive, right?
It's huge.
Like taller than that, and like obviously the elements that it's got, and it's quite compact together. I think just trying to think about how that's going to feel the first time that you go to the park.
That is kind of interesting because you know what's wild. Like you mentioned I-305, Sean. Well, just King's Dominion. Like that's kind of in the sort of like same region of that park in relation to how Thorpe Park is set up and where Hyperia is. You can't really like it's from what I thought anyway. I didn't really notice Intimidator 305 like until I started, getting just closer to where it is in the park. Like it's over 300 feet tall. It's easily the tallest coaster, the tallest structure in the park, apart from the Eiffel Tower. You don't really notice it until you're like passing by where Volcano used to be, and you're getting closer to like Flight of Fear and stuff. And then he's like, "Oh, there it is."
You can see it on other coasters, and that's about it. And then it's just so like remote by itself. It is really.
Thing is, I remember like just talking about scale of things, seeing things. I remember the first time I was on the monorail at Towers when Air had just been built, and like seeing the scale of that B&M track on the flying coaster was like shit. Like you don't realize how big it is until you actually see it. Like it's mad. I love that feeling though. That first time you get a glimpse of something new, it's great. Even like Drayton's coaster, I think the scale of that's going to throw people off a bit.
I still remember the first time I saw Air at the time on the monorail, because I knew that the trains would be below the track, so I knew what the just natural orientation of the track was going to look like, because of like how Nemesis looks. And then but I didn't know the layout. So like when you take the monorail and you enter into Forbidden Valley and you see the track turn like from like to the lion position and you see it stay there for for that whole time, I was like, what's it doing? What's it doing? like,
do you remember the first time
I'm all right. I don't want it.
Can you remember the first time you saw the Fly to Lie?
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, I actually saw the train do it though. Like, you're just talking about the track. Can you remember the first time you seen it?
Not really vividly. Obviously, sometime during that day, but like I just remember.
I can't, but I can remember the first time I saw it take the first drop. And the speed that it came out of that little grassy patch as it climbed up to do the Fly to Lie, I was like, holy shit, this thing is like everyone's been like, oh, it's a slow ride, this, and you look at it on telly, it's like, you can fly. It's like, fuck that, it's fucking intense. That looks mad.
It feels quite fun. I couldn't wrap my head around it at first, like, because like obviously I'd never seen a flying coaster.
No.
Or like a coaster with the trains in a flight, the seats in a flying position. I'd never seen it, so I couldn't wrap my head around like what it was supposed to look like.
No. In person, no.
What's really surprised me in terms of scale is Legoland's new coaster, Minifigure Speedway.
It looks quite big on the photo
because it's partly because it's on a massive hill. When you're going over to Duplo Dino Coaster, it just looks insane. Like next to that, it's right behind it. That's going to surprise a lot of people if you haven't seen it in person yet. When you go and see it, it's going to be like, it's like for that park, it makes you realize like they've been missing that sort of coaster for a while, even though it's even though it's just a standard kind of boomerang.
Is it in a good visual?
It's something that looks big for the kids to look up at and be like,
oh,
that's what's next.
I imagine the track's quite wide as well.
Kira said, like she remembers the first time, or they remember the first time they saw the castle at Legoland Windsor, and it blew my mind. I was exactly the same. Like I was scared to go on Dragon at first because of the scale of that ride. I did Dragon's Apprentice, and it was like, nah, I don't want to do Dragon because the castle looked massive and the ride looked massive as well.
Bloody hell! What Karen's just put in chat. Biggest wow coaster moment was stopping off at service station early down outside Nagashima Sparland and seeing Steel Dragon up close for the first time. That's a flex.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Remember seeing Big Dipper?
Recent one for me was Conda and Alton Tower. Before that, like,
yeah,
because Alton Tower is just
No.
there, and you keep getting closer to it, and it's just like,
Wait, what? Alton,
it doesn't feel
what
like
now?
it's moved.
Dalton
The drop
Tower,
tower at Wallaby,
drop tower.
Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Intimate,
And it's
giant
you just
rock.
get closer, and it's just fucking huge, and then you're like, wait, Conda's there, and then you get closer to that. And yeah,
that's
see
the
Conda
Zadra.
closer first
Yeah,
time.
that was-
Zadra shocked me when I saw Zadra. Like,
Yeah.
because I'd only seen like Untamed as like for scale RMC, which is obviously quite low down. And I just stood there as Zadra because everyone gets the same shot of like the 0G stall and stuff, like stuff underneath it. And I kind of stood there and I was like, Jesus Christ, that is big. And like the drop is big. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
I look forward to having that experience.
Another one of
Yeah,
mine was
you.
Superman Escape from Krypton.
Oh, fuck.
At Magic
Oh,
Mountain.
yeah, well, that's big, yeah.
And like, and like, it didn't dawn on me fully until I was in the line for Goliath, actually, because like
How
I'd seen,
big it
like,
was.
obviously I knew how tall it was, and I could see it.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the park, so you see it from anywhere. And well, I didn't ride it until like later on in the day. And by the time I got on Goliath, I was like, oh, it's coming up to like we're gonna like the plan was I was gonna do Goliath and then head over to Superman, and it didn't really hit me until I was in the line for Goliath. Like, and I just was in line for Goliath and I looked up and just seen it in the sky and I was like, oh holy shit, that is actually.
There's something about catching a glimpse of a coaster in the sky when it's just track and sky. Yeah, that's tall, man. We're going up there. Like, I love that.
So moving on to Nemesis testing, because obviously I haven't done a done a podcast since it's testing.
Looks good, man. It looks so nice going around that track. It really does. It looks more graceful. I don't know what it is about it. I think it might just be the contrast of the
It
colours.
looks really slow going through the loop.
No. That was hilarious though.
Yeah,
like,
it
how
was.
slow it took that loop. That was funny as shit. That was funny.
It was, but you've got to expect it. Like, it's fucking freezing. It's a B&M. It's a brand new track, brand new fucking wheels.
All
like,
the comments were just.
It was you know
slow.
what? Like I was there, and there was snow everywhere. Like it was that cold. it was like nearly -5 or something.
It was
Can't remember what it
ridiculous. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like,
and that was like the loop that was its first go. That was that shot of the loop.
That was literally the first test, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one was.
Like
It was first 3 test laps, but that loop was part of the very first one.
right.
So the first 2 shots was the first one, and the loop was the first go, and then the rest were like second and third. So, but like, yeah, it was like every single time it went, it got faster and faster and faster, and a bit louder, and a bit louder. So yeah, it was
that roar's still there. I'm very
that
happy.
roar is still there.
Yeah.
It sounds bassier, to be fair. I don't know what it is. It just sounds a bit more bassier. I think it is going to be a bit more bassier because it's a newer track. Sometimes they are newer tracks. Like when the big one got retracked, like as soon as you hit that new piece of track, it felt like someone just turned the bass up on an amp. It's like as you went over it. Then it went back to fucking full on treble, screaming in your ear, fucking rattling away. But Nem looks good. Looks nice. Station's looking cool. Saw a picture of the tail on Twitter the other day. That looks pretty insane.
Like
it is
that
fucking.
Where is that? Where on the station? I assume somewhere in the back of the station. Like where
It's
is
on top
that?
of the
Where is
station.
that?
The bit where it goes over the top of the transfer track.
Goes over the top of the
It's what it
transfer.
had
track.
before.
Right. Okay.
It's just been spikied.
Spike
Yeah,
it up.
looks sick. I love what they're doing to just plus up just the theming of not only the station but just the area as well.
Yeah. The black fences for me give it a whole new vibe in Forbidden Valley. They're used to that rusty look. Now like adding the black fences and stuff, really, I don't know, it just kind of gives it that. They're
actually like, it's really weird because they're like design them type of fences. I've seen them used elsewhere. They're designed to be like disappearing fences. So when you're like right next to them, you can see like so clearly through them.
You focus through them.
Yeah. Really so compared to like Nemesis old like cages that they had around like the stuff.
With the square that someone definitely didn't cut out of.
But yeah, the fences are actually pretty decent. I'm a big fan of them.
Let me just take a bandsaw to this fence.
It's interesting to see as well that the port cabin halfway through the queue line. We don't know if that's going to be a queue shop or not, but if it is, that's going to be nice because it's quite a steep climb over there and then back down again.
Need a coffee after that climb.
They need one at fucking Galactica as well, man. When you go down that back end.
Hill.
That's
the back end.
Yeah. It's like you just wish that little gate's open when you get on Galactica and there's no one around.
I turn around, I just walk back. Even if it's like no queue, but you've got to walk that way. I'm not doing it. I'm going.
No, it's too far. It's a hike.
You've got audacity to make you walk all the way down it and then immediately walk all the way back up it.
Well, the queue line, the whole queue line of Nemesis now, it's weird how it's going to work. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And obviously, it's definitely going to be a better way of getting people in the queue line up there as well. I hope you still get to go down by the drop because I like that view. That visual is nice.
I can't think of anywhere else that you could enter the station from. Like I think
what I mean.
It's supposed to go behind the loop, right? And then behind
I think so.
Behind the turnaround, and then
that's where the fence is
down to where it originally.
Yeah, the old original extended. It's what we've got on VTO. Actually, it is what we've got. Probably added. Some more stuff's been added to it. With the new reimagining, which makes sense, and obviously it's going to be for the better. So I'm just looking forward to seeing.
Oh man, it's probably like
from the midway of Forbidden Valley and looking over to the loop, and then just
seeing people behind the loop, seeing people behind the loop, man, it's going to be crazy. Weird. There's going to be so many people in the photographs of the loop. Like the new Instagram photo of Nemesis is going to be people, isn't it? Behind the loop. That's what it's going to be.
You're going to have to get the shot from by the turnaround, that side of the loop.
Yeah.
Not having the queue by the station either in it. You just have that.
Well, it's funny because
that shot.
I mean, I remember. Do any of you remember the website Alton Towers Almanac from years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I saw a photo on there literally like years ago. I was in high school. And I still remember this. Like, I'd seen a photo from behind the turnaround.
Yeah.
Looking at the rest of the layout, you saw the the first corkscrew in the top right corner. You saw the loop, the 0-0 and everything. I was like, oh, I want to see that. And it was like at sunset as well. And it was like I want to see that. Obviously, the queue line, that part of the queue line was closed off at the time, so you couldn't go up there. Yeah. But now you're gonna be able to go up there. That's fucking sick. Like, I want to get
one of my favorite places to go on VTO is that turnaround and just stand there and watch the train zip past.
That's the best view of the entire layout.
It's the best view of Forbidden Valley, in my opinion, because you can see Galactica behind you as well. Don't forget, you can see the drop off on Galactica behind you as well, so you get a good, nice shot of that. But Scarefest, man, lit up, red lights, them little lamps lit up, lighting the track up. That train.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Scarefest? Opening day, mate.
Yeah, I know, but Scarefest has a vibe, doesn't it? Like, just have the shit scared out of you and whatever mazes, and you're just going on Nemesis and on your. Oh man, it's just. I can't wait. I just can't wait for Towers to reopen. I'm so excited for opening day.
I love what they've done. I love what they've done with the trains as well. The wheel covers, obviously not all of them are there yet, but like the wheel covers are pretty much what I expected for them to be in terms of like looking the part between the train and the track. But honestly, there was kind of like a not a worry, but like just like a wary thought in the back of my mind. They better not just make the restraints just all black. Yeah, and I'm so glad they made them red because they look so good. Like on the train.
And the little bit of grey on the wheel covers as well. The grey, black, and red. Like that really sets it apart, and you can see it from the track. Because I was worried that you wouldn't see much of the train. Because we fucked about with some colours, obviously, is what we do. And we were like, can't see the train. Like, this is really hard to photograph. Like, it's really difficult. But then when we saw what Towers have actually done, we were like, makes sense now. That's the better way of doing it. Yeah. So it's gonna be great. I don't whatever the
trains back.
We can share restraints now.
Well, that's the thing. Inferno did get new restraints this year.
Yeah, they just got old Nemesis ones and they got painted.
Yeah.
No, I think they put an order in and just went, "Can we have double the amount that we need for Nemesis?"
Yeah, maybe. But they also extended the exit ramp as well. That looks like it's wider from what I've seen as well, and the ramp looks a little bit longer. So hopefully they're going to have the right access on that side, and then fast track. Hopefully we'll just go down the bottom where you used to come in the queue line.
Yeah, Matt's just
where
said
the wall is.
Yeah, Matt's just said that he thinks the RAP line's still going to go through or near the exit, I think.
Yeah, I reckon so. Makes sense. As long as they open the back row for everyone, though. Like,
oh god.
Yeah, honestly.
It's been worse recently.
RAP and fast track middle row
stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's just fill the empty seats. I treat it as a single rider in a way because they don't have single rider anymore.
No, because there's no way of seeing where the empty seats are going to be. Like,
that's true.
You still need to
get a full row here if there's like four.
I'm saying people should not be allowed to skip the queue. People should not be able to skip the queue line and then get one of the best rows on. Get one of the best rows on the ride.
Yay! Hey, Sam. I think I reckon we just see because from my perspective, if they're doing a whole new redesign of Nemesis, surely they would just bear in mind that let's not have the queue going from the exit and having a massive line tailing all the way around. Yeah. So if it is that they design it more like the other coasters where it just merges in with the normal line and we've got a new queue that goes around the pit and then one that goes underneath it, then there'll be no reason for them to need to just put them.
That's what I originally thought. You go right from the sign for ride access and then you go up for the main queue, and then fast track will just still be where the gate is, probably at the bottom.
Yeah, I forgot fast track merges at
I hope.
The bottom anyway.
But yeah, either way, man, I'm so stoked. It looks beautiful. The coaster looks amazing. If it opened like that in '94, like it still would have. It wouldn't have made a difference. Like it's just so nice. It looks nice in its white, and it also looks nice in its new rendition. And I think that's what's great about it.
See how no one's moaning about the track design now?
No one's
I was really wary of it at first. And then when I saw it still being built in person, I was just like, that looks cool. And then seeing it fully done, it's like, yeah, this is fucking
I saw it.
now that you see close to the full product, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When I first saw it, it was in the factory, and I was like, obviously no one had seen it, and imagine my surprise when I saw it. Like I was kind of like, I'm not sure.
What did you think? Yeah,
I was like, I'm like this close to it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not sure about this. I don't know like what's going on.
I bet the urge to tell people though, because obviously you weren't allowed to say anything. I bet you were like, oh my god, I need to tell someone.
I was like. But then it's like
it's
like everyone else though. As soon as you start seeing it all come together, you're like, it looks just.
I have to think though, like they must have had like countless revisions of 3D rendered models of showcasing the new track colors on it and the patterning design on the spine and everything. Like they must have been able to see that in like implemented first to think
it's a big concept.
That really does fit. Like they have to.
I want to see. I tell you what, Mikhail, I want to see what concepts didn't get chosen because I bet there's some good ones.
Oh yeah,
I bet there's some real. I bet B&L would be like, we're going to steal that one for something else over there. Like we'll use that one.
Yeah,
it'll fit perfect. But no, more veins on more coaster track. It looks great. Yeah. Just the whole story, I think the marketing though, like all the video packages and everything that they did, just really brought home the fact that the track is special, the coaster's special, this event is special, and that Nemesis is going to live on, but in its new rendition, it's evolved sort of thing. It's like, it's so good. I love the name as well. Reborn.
I'm just hyped that we're like meeting the climax of it now. Like we're nearly there. Everything's come together nicely.
So close.
Like, last few little bits, and it's like, okay, it's like within touching distance now.
Yeah.
It's the hype is real. Like
the final details, and that's what towers are about. That's where they set themselves apart with an attraction, is the details, the little things that they add last minute and beyond, like Curse at Alton Manor as well. They've all constantly adding shit to that. So some good.
Well, yeah, there'll be new stuff on there, won't there? So
I think so. Yeah,
exciting
I reckon
times
so.
all around.
I think Merlin creative at the moment. It's just like fucking smashing it out of the park. They really are.
I think they're being. I think like. It's all the teams are coming together and they're being
properly.
Yeah, they're being used properly. They're being used to their full potential rather than like held back all the time. It's looks really promising for everything going forward. So let's just have a look at Voltron's new trains.
Ooh, yes.
Got this straight out of the WhatsApp group.
Show the Family Guy meme. Show the Family Guy meme.
I was going to say, what the hell is just going to pop up on here in a minute?
Just a load of RMC and No Limits coasters.
I'm going to say there's nothing embarrassing here except for a load of nerds nerding out over like bits of track.
Voltron. I can't wait to see that go around on the track, not just the fucking chassis. Yeah,
them seats just look so nice. Like,
they look well comfy, don't they?
Well,
I know they're not like spongy. I know they're not cushioned, but they just look comfy. Like,
they look cushioned.
It's really weird. They look like actual leather.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they're actually
solid.
Cushioned or if that's just patterning on a.
It's patterning engraved into the foam.
Yeah.
So
you watched the VJoy video?
Foam.
Yeah, they did a couple of VJoy videos on it.
Oh right, I've not seen any of them.
You know what, Mikhail?
Interestingly, they had to make the headrests higher on Voltron because of the beyond vertical launch.
Oh
yeah.
So nobody hurts the neck.
Yeah, Mikhail. The VJoy videos that they've done, they're actually really
all of that detail
are really
on the back
funny.
of the seats and the back of the train.
I've been saving my trip to Europe.
Look, I can't hear what you're saying because James keeps talking over you.
Sorry. VJoy documentary. Watch it.
Oh, right.
They're quite funny. They're very entertaining. It's not just this is a roller coaster. This goes upside down. There's actually like some characters in there. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah,
looking forward to getting back to Europa. Hopefully,
I'm going in June for the first time.
Oh, nice.
I think this is the.
Going at some point this year.
I was going in June. She said.
Is it?
No, he'll be riding Voltron. I'll be riding Anguazi. Way. Nice.
I'm ticking off lots of new parks this year. I'm excited.
So am I. Yeah. I'm ticking off loads of new parks just so Emma doesn't catch up to me. So
Mate, what I'm essentially doing is going around Europe and going to all the parks you've been to. So I'm catching up on all those creds and you're not going any further ahead. Do you know?
But I am because I'm going to new parks. So I don't know
I'll go to the new parks.
I can.
There is some logic.
I'm literally if I go, I'm planning to go to Cedar Point.
I'm going to Cedar Point.
When?
I'm going on your trip. You just didn't know.
You're not. So this is the only reason I'm just going around.
Don't underestimate my ability though to catch you up without going to America. I've done it before and I'll do it again.
I need. Do you know what? I need a good cred injection this year. Like I've been sitting on 360 something.
Oh, boo.
Like,
boo-hoo.
Oh, for you. 300.
Double what I've got.
Just about 300
more
than me.
It's not even that much.
It's that much. Come on. I mean, I opened that first drop magazine sometimes and someone's like, 5,000 creds. I'm like...
I saw one the other day that was like 2,500. I'm like, you go to like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
I reckon you've got to be loaded at that point to get that many and not be like 60
children,
years old.
Single.
Yeah,
true.
I know a guy in his I think early 20s who's at 1,400.
Yeah, my friend's just gone past 4.
Did you just not go to school?
Did you just ride coasters?
Put it this way. My friend's on like 1,400 or something, and she was on 1,000 this time last year.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's mental.
She was away.
It shows you how many like new rides there have been, like new coasters popping up for the last like 10 years. It's insane.
I need to get over to Toronto and go to Canada's Wonderland and get a quick like 17 there.
How have you not been there yet, man? Like,
yeah, how have you not been there? Like,
you've been to flipping Orlando and you haven't even been
twice. You're in Canada.
Come on, Mikhail.
Sort it out.
What is 17 creds?
Yeah, Canada's Wonderland has like 17 coasters or something like that.
Is that where that big flat ride is?
If I wanted to, I could get 19 in April at one park, but I doubt I'm gonna do all of them.
What?
No, you have to do them all, especially the one that just goes around the circle.
What? Do all of the cloned fucking kid coasters?
Yes.
That are in
I
one
did it,
section of the
and
park?
so should you.
How long are you there for? How long are you there for?
2 days.
Oh, plenty of time.
Easy, man. Like there'll be no queue. April, there'll be no queues. You'll be walking on.
Watch out for your legs on the Mars coaster, though. It's savage. I'm just warning you right now. There'll be bruised thighs all around. For a kiddie cred.
One day to do the gauntlet. The other day to just sit on Zadra.
There is literally so many creds at Canada's Wonderland. I'm looking at the website now, just like cred.
Most of them are shit though.
Yeah, but
what's the dive called?
Yukon
Strike. Is it Yukon Striker?
Yeah.
Oh, the baggage system. That's the only reason I want to go Canada's.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that in person.
What happens if it breaks and your bag's like right at the top over the track? Like, what happens then?
They get the big stick.
They just give you a lot of
it's like roller coaster restaurant and just poke it.
What if you fucking? What if like your inhaler's in there or something? Like I need it.
What if you're diabetic and you've got like insulin in there or something?
Again, they just get the big stick. Like all gets solved by the big stick, pokey stick.
Why isn't there like any
stick of truth?
Techno Andrew said, "I need the Dragon Mountain cred as well." Yes, I do. I need to get over to Marineland and ride Dragon Mountain before that fucking kicks the bucket as well.
There's actually some really cool coasters at Canada's Wonderland. There's Behemoth, there's the Batlock Stunt Coaster, there's the Leviathan, Dragonfire.
The suspended coaster Vortex is supposed to be really good.
Vortex looks like proper old school, man.
Yeah.
Is that like a Batflyer one?
It's like Vampire.
Like what Vampire was
like
with the old buckets.
But with the original, like the OG arrow suspended train.
And you got Tundra Twister as well.
I see so many videos. I'm like, that is right up my street. I want to go ride that.
So, just for those who haven't seen it, this is what the system is like.
So cool.
So you put your stuff in.
What if it falls out? Like something slides out. Like,
And it moves along.
My anxiety would be through the roof. Look, put it in.
It's like a really aggressive airport security. Take the box. Take the box.
I couldn't go.
He goes over this track.
What is that?
On the other side.
It's so dumb.
What's wrong with the good old fashioned bin? Like what?
Oh, this little airtime hill looks mint. That looks class. It looks so floaty.
We need to go and document the baggage system for the car.
I love that. That's the only part of the ride you showed. It's the smallest and fastest car in the world, and you showed the smallest part.
And that's what we want.
It's like, I mean, it's
the first drop's insane.
It's a dive coaster. They're all the bloody same.
Yeah, it's just taller and faster.
Which you're never going to notice.
Not really.
You're never going to notice that. Anyway, moving on, because we got to get onto Epic Universe.
We need to do a whole show on Epic Universe.
Top Thrill 2 new trains. Don't want to dwell on this too much, but they've released. They've released.
They look cool. I like
different coloured trains. We've got
the black one looks slick as hell. I'll say that.
20. So yesterday I think it was.
At this point, they didn't do a red one. It's just blue, silver, and black.
I know, considering everything else about the styling of this coaster is so bland.
I do like that blue one.
The blue one's nice, but a classic red one, although part of the logo has red in it, so I don't know what would have.
Yeah,
worked.
there is that, but they could have changed it and just inverted the
And
colours.
then it goes whoosh, and it's silver.
Is that white or
I want it
silver?
flames.
It looks silver, but it could meant
white gloss, silver gloss.
white.
Yeah, it could be white. You could definitely see just the reflection of the sky in that when it's on the track. Like,
and then the black one, if it wants to load.
very glossy render. How can we make this look posh? Yeah, there you go.
That is the best looking one, definitely.
It still looks like a bobsleigh, though.
Yeah, it does.
Can we have a bobsleigh team?
I think it looks
Hey,
like
kiss my lucky egg.
it looks like an anteater to me.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
If anything, it could have been compared to.
It does.
That's
I can see
the
it.
first thing that came to
Stand on
mind
my
when I
mound.
watched this video.
I mean, yeah.
Don't stand on my mound, bitch.
Well, that's it. One and done. Drayton's new coaster.
Yay.
So
Looks
it's new.
really fun.
No one knows anything about.
An Intamin. Yes.
Everyone's trying to figure out the layout.
Everyone's trying to figure out. It's kind of cool, just
Cam
because
did a
like
pretty
it's
good
kind of
job,
cool
actually.
to see that it has so many seemingly random parts by themselves, and they're all going to fit together in one layout. Like it's got a lift, a launch, a couple of switches. Like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. It's fun. It's going to be different. It's going to be different to anything that we've got, I think, in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be nice. It looks
I
like
don't know why I thought that most of it was going to be indoors.
Yeah, I don't know why you would think.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't know why. I don't know where I got that idea.
That's
from,
expensive,
That
man.
bit
Like
looks
the
exciting.
area is huge.
Yeah. Well, no, I
Yeah,
mean,
that little-
like just
that
the ride
looks
itself,
fun.
not the whole area.
Oh right, yeah, for sure. It looks fun. I like a good, fun family coaster, and this looks like it's going to be that.
And the fact that
It
it's
looks
got,
very whooshy, if you know
the
what I
fact
mean.
that it's
Like,
got new gen
Yeah, I know what you
spine
mean.
some sections tells me that it might like
look at that.
not that it's going to be
Yeah,
particularly
that's
intense or
not
anything,
actually.
but like it's going to it'll have some good moments on it, I think.
Ooh.
Pizza.
So I've got Doner kebab downstairs.
Can we talk
Oh,
about
yes.
this? Can we talk
The
about this
best
thing?
support.
Tree.
Best support.
Save
It
the
looks
tree
like one of
project.
them washing lines that you put up like an umbrella.
It
The wheel
does.
that spins.
But what I don't get is why is there just one random extra diagonal just going all the way to the ground?
I don't know.
And the rest
Why
just
not?
stop.
I don't know. I mean, with these things, I kind of just trust that, like, they know that it needs to be there. So,
Why do we need to build this? Yes.
I do love it though when you get a random like support. Like a lot
Curse
of coasters
supports.
have them. but
It
just
does
a
kind of look
random
like
one.
it's to offset any force going around the other side of the turn.
It looks like, if you
I'll say that.
want to get technical, I think it's because of the new gen track is a thicker track on that bit and
Yeah.
it'd be a bit
and
heavier.
have you noticed any other coaster using like these pre-cemented manhole cover things? Because these are meant to be. I'm sure these are meant to be used for manhole covers. You know, like manhole covers and that go.
I know what you
down
mean.
all the
like
way down.
caissons. Yeah.
That's like
I know
there's a
what you mean.
specific company and they're using the same ones from this company who make them, but they're using them as like like the bottom of supports. Like
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
'cause
what is it you're
Only in
referring to?
Tamworth.
It's on all of the
where my
straight
cursor is,
flat
mate.
sections. So
What, the yellow bit on top of the footer?
No, like look
Just
at
the
these
actual
footer.
Actual
it's a
concrete.
pre-poured like just block basically.
Oh,
And they put it
okay.
into the ground.
yeah.
Like you
It's
go
like,
into
it's like
NL2,
multiple.
put like the supports 5 foot above
Yeah,
ground.
And I've noticed that they've put that on both that launch section and also the station is where they've got them specific types of footers.
RCT
yeah.
limits baby cheetah hunt. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just because I remember just seeing him and being like, oh, that's like multiple big blocks on top of each other, not like an actual just poured footer. And I was like, that's quite like an interesting way of doing it. I've not seen it used anywhere else before. So yeah,
It's going up quick. Let's
yeah,
put it that way.
pretty
So,
much done.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking forward to seeing what theming is going to be added.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
I think that's what will make this coaster. But to me, it's giving me like Big Bear vibes. That's what this coaster's giving me. Especially after doing it, like that style of coaster in terms.
I was going to say that was open when you went to Dollywood, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And I remember just looking at that, and it's really long coaster. You just, but like it doesn't. It was way more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of
always
what
are.
it's going to be. But yeah,
but I find Slinky Dog really fun. And that's just a
Emma Kira's coming for your analytical skills in the comments.
Oh, I was very whooshy.
You're welcome.
Nothing but the in-depth analysis we've come to expect.
Yeah, it looks like the washing line and the councillor.
You got what I meant.
That's what it looks like.
You got it right. Descriptive.
That's what it is. It's the washing line of Tamworth.
I'd love it if the
whole town.
The whole town. Everyone's washing gets hung up on that coaster. That's why it's got a dodgy ass support. All 50 tons of washing every day. Imagine if that's a theme.
I'm here for it.
If it's anywhere, it's gonna be that. Is it in Denmark? The one that has the dog fart.
Dog fart coaster.
That would have it. That would have it.
I remember Screw Loops' video on that was fucking hilarious. That's such a funny video. My God. I'm gonna watch that after. Actually, that was really funny.
Right, what other trains are there for us to talk about? Like,
no, we're just gonna go.
That was not a train.
Train reveals and shit.
Is that it? It's like IAPA, yeah.
This is train reveal.
What else was there, James?
Did we mention that Wickerman's flames are working again now? Apparently.
Oh yeah, Wickerman's fire is going to be back on.
Yeah, Bianca on Instagram was like, to all UK theme park enthusiasts, the flames, time to feed the flames again. I thought it was pretty cool, actually. It's good that they're listening, though, because we did really give them shit.
Well, it's important, really, isn't it? Like,
it's the fucking ride. It's the whole ride.
It's the story.
Yeah, it's the whole ride.
The fire, it's just a big scarecrow thing. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
The fire makes it more
wicker basket. It is. Well, that's good. Yeah. Should we talk about Epic Universe now?
Let's talk. Yeah, let's go.
We want to talk about them trains.
What trains?
What trains?
The one that you struggled with earlier.
What train?
Why?
What did I miss?
I can't remember now.
You
mean flipping, what is it?
Don't do it.
The one at Six Flags Kidia. What?
Yes.
Oh, the
Iron Rattler Mine Train.
Iron Rattler
You
Mine
really
Train.
struggled to say it earlier.
Iron Rattler Mine Trains. I was going to talk about that, but I couldn't find any more information on him. So I was
just
like,
that one picture. They're like,
it's
look at
just a
these.
picture.
These are nice.
Yeah. But is it even real? I was getting dubious that it was like even real. But
there's a weird person in the background, so yeah, it's real.
There's a weird person in the background.
They wouldn't have put that into a render. There's like some woman in some
exactly
really
the thing someone would do that doesn't want it to look.
There's weird some like really fancy like.
Well, what I'll say is, if this is real, then these might be some of the coolest trains I've probably ever seen.
They do look cool as fuck.
That one. That was where it was shared, weren't it? But one sec.
Yeah, probably.
Ew, what flavor's this?
Gone off. It's gone off.
I thought it was red flavor, but I don't taste it.
Red flavor.
Wow, look at that.
Red.
That's cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, look, there's a woman in the background. They would not
see.
put that into a render.
Yeah, I see. No, that's real. What the hell?
That's definitely real.
I know, but I just panicked and I was like, I didn't know if to talk about it. But yeah, look at that. The lights all over the
mine train behind.
It looks amazing.
I'll give it to Vekoma. They've gotten the hang of putting really cool noses on the front of the cars.
Yeah, they're getting good at it.
Because that looks.
You're right.
Sick. The Top Gun train that was literally just a fighter jet nose looked cool as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Really, that's all. This is the tilt coaster, the Vekoma tilt coaster that's coming to Six Flags Kidia. And yeah, it's just cool to see. Like I was just unexpected to see this type of train coming.
Yeah,
out.
It just looks amazing.
They're spending some money, aren't they? They are spending some money.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's talk about Epic Universe.
Yay!
Yesterday we got the official announcement, which is a really nice video that they did.
The official announcement that they are not building a churro stand.
Yeah,
no.
Churros. I think the thing is, there was like some new things revealed, mainly like restaurants and stuff that I don't think I'd heard about before. But because they're like theme park stuff, like we knew pretty much all of it.
They nailed everything. Like
yeah.
They fucking nailed everything. It's crazy.
But I didn't know Steven Spielberg was involved as a consultant.
No, when I saw him, it's because it said creative. Like it didn't say director. Like a world famous.
I didn't know he was involved, but as soon as he showed up and he started talking, I was like, "Oh, of course he is.
Why wouldn't he be?"
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I was looking at him like, "That's Steven Spielberg. What the fuck is he doing there? Like, do you design coasters now? Like, is this happen? Like, Starfall Race is his? Like,
Steven Spielberg's basically like John Wardley to Universal because he was like involved back in the day of like the creative side of shit. Yeah. So it makes sense that they went to him to like
all his movies pretty much. Like they used.
Yeah. But like he had a lot to say on like the rides, didn't he? And like he was like he did a lot of hands-on stuff with when it first opened.
It's very interesting that he's involved. It's cool. Yeah. It's so cool. That guy has created some of the best movies ever. It's like involved in one of the best theme parks ever. Like, and it's
yeah. I was watching Poltergeist the other day again because it's like one of my. I love that film.
It's a horrible film.
It's such a good film.
It scared the shit out of me as a child. That film.
But he was like a producer and writer on that, but he was basically like directing it like on the side. He basically was the director through other accounts anyway. But like just the look of his films back then were just like so like it just felt like a Steven Spielberg film. I just don't get that these days. Like I don't know, man. He's fell off.
He's still making money with films, though.
Yeah, he's making money, but like a lot of people make money. I don't mean like they're making.
He's doing what people will watch these days. I think,
Yeah, but Indiana Jones, the recent ones.
I've not watched it.
He's done Gremlins thing. Like what is going on there? I used to love Gremlins. Don't get me wrong.
Gremlins is one of my favorite films.
Men in Black in 2019. What? Men in Black International. What's going on there? Ready Player One was good, but yeah, I just want him to like.
Oh, I loved Ready Player One.
Ready Player One was wicked.
That was
filmed in Birmingham. A lot of that was as well.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Well, actually,
if he's been involved with Epic Universe as much as like we kind of speculating he has, like just fucking keep doing it. Do it for GB. Get involved for GB, man. Like, let's go. It's just really exciting, isn't it? It's so exciting to be like an enthusiast and
so
enjoy the shit.
I think we didn't really get we as enthusiasts, like we didn't really get told much that we didn't already know from the video. And like side note, like the video very clearly wasn't like it's the first time Universal has communicated to the general public about this park being constructed.
Yeah.
Like it had to be as celebratory and as just bigging themselves up as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Selling a product at the end of the day. But I do think this is the first time we've seen like a lot of this revised, developed concept art for it.
Yeah.
And it looks mate.
It's so good. And the fact they got like the 2D water moving as well on the video, that was clever. That was cool.
So just to fill people in case they're listening and watching and don't really know what this is about, Universal are creating a brand new theme park resort in Orlando called Epic Universe. It's a whole new theme park, and it's basically like, is it It's
twice
as
the
big.
size.
Is it twice the size as both parks put
I think
together?
it's twice the size of both parks. I think it is.
I thought it's the same size, or like maybe
Or the size of both parks combined.
Yeah, it's one or the other, but
yeah,
it's big. It's fucking huge. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's a massive park.
Yeah.
This is the first time, apart from on this side of the world at least, apart from like Universal Studios Beijing, this is the first time a park of this scale has been made from the ground up.
Yeah.
Since what? Islands? Since Islands of Adventure? Or
Maybe, yeah.
You know, around just like the early 2000s time. Like obviously there was Tokyo Disney Sea as well, and like certain others, just like in other areas of the world. But like on this side, in the Western world, this is the first time we're getting a coaster, a park a park of this magnitude.
Doesn't happen very often, right?
Built from the ground up.
This is like probably the park of our lifetime that we're gonna see. Like, it's so cool to be around now, watching it being constructed. Every video, every little rumor, every little something to submit to permit and stuff like that comes through from Park Stop. You look at it and you think, we're gonna look back on this time and think, we've watched this thing grow from a rumor, and now we're 1 year out from actually being able to step in the park.
Yeah,
it's bonkers.
I'm gonna speak transparently from my perspective. I'm not going anywhere near this place until at least 26. Like, I don't want to be a part of the crowds that are gonna infest this place.
I'm going.
Opening year.
Infest.
I'm gonna give that a big fuck that.
I want to be there, man. I want to be there.
I reckon after the first couple of months, it will just go. It will be like
islands.
I think it will, because like people will be there. Like they've got two other parks to like whoever's going over on a holiday to go and explore. So do you know what I mean?
It's Spielberg stuck in Star Forest station as well. Like John Ward,
it's like that's my flipping legacy. Like the person who stuck John Wardley on the station.
I'm telling you, John Wardley needs to be stood there when they open those doors.
Sean. He'll be well on board. Other words,
they need to do that.
Just like loads of smoke, like stars in your eyes. Shutter comes up, and he just walks out, and the crowd goes wild. Like a fanfare.
So with this park, just to carry on talking about what's in the park. For people who don't know, we've got Celestial Park, which is the first bit where you walk in, and then spouting off out of them is you've got How to Train Your Dragon, Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, a Dark Universe, and that's it, right?
Yeah, it's just those four, and then
for now,
for now, yeah.
But yeah, so let's have a look at. Oh god, I've done this the weirdest way ever. One sec.
What I find quite cool as well is the fact that they're really segmenting it into each of the areas, so you'll only be able to access an area via its portal.
Yeah, I love that.
So, which will get annoying if you go, "Oh, I'm here. I want to get over to there." And it's just like I could just, if there was a pathway, I could just walk directly through this gap.
Energylandia, same vibe. Energylandia, trying to get to Aqualantis, same vibe. Round the fucking houses, and
but once Sweet Valley is open, that'll be a lot different, because then
it's meant to be
when Lola was like, "Oh, can we have one more ride on Abyssus?" And I was at Speed Water Coaster. My God, it took me 20 minutes to get there.
This is what one of the portals. This is obviously for Super Nintendo Land.
It's so cool.
But you are right, James. You're basically going to be doubling your step count, having to walk back where you came in.
They have a theme park stop did a video a couple of months ago saying that there are exit paths out of the lands and portals in a specific going in.
It's separate. So you're never gonna get that crush of people trying to leave.
But
the portal.
I don't know if this is
You're
the
not
case
allowed to
for the
leave
other three,
them, I
but
don't think.
with Wizarding, with the Ministry of Magic lands, the exit path is right next to the portal.
Yeah, it'll just be next to it.
You're going in that direction anyway.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll have to see. But the portals are real. I love the idea of going through a portal and then end up in a, it reminds me of the old Mario 64. I used to have to go through the pictures to get to lands. Like, it's so cool.
It reminds me of Rookburg.
Yeah, it reminds me of Rookburg as well. Which is like, because like when we first saw that open, a lot of people thought like they were going to open up them other little doors that because there are doors in there.
Yeah, there's right up the back. Out into Voosdown.
Which apparently they opened up on the very last day of Wintertron, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently the park was that full for the Berlin nighttime show that they literally had to open the back gates up to Woozy Town because the crush of people.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Because I know they have a bin in front of them and they're padlocked.
Yeah. They're not meant to be open normally.
I'm glad they don't open them.
Smoke come off them, and lights drop down and a whole new I Must Go soundtrack just for opening the gates happen. That's Fantasyland. Literally.
I love this.
The whole aesthetic of this land.
That's all you right there, Emma.
I was about to say that's a bit of me, that, isn't it?
That is just
I think that's what I'm most looking for. There's so much to look forward to, but the Dark Universe with the classic universe monsters. It's going to be so cool.
Well, they said in the video that they reimagined. Which is cool as well. It gives them a new lease of life as well.
With them, makes me mad.
There'll be so many Easter eggs, you won't even be able to find them all. Like, just no chance. This whole park, there'll be so many of them.
Yeah, I think this in the video they showed you like a quick clip of here it is.
The manor.
Of the manor. And it just it looked so cool.
I mean, even seeing it being constructed, like the amount of detail that's going into the brickwork on it and stuff like that is just.
I'm trying to find a picture of the.
They're actually making it look like Alton Towers' towers. Like, just imagine that, making something look like that.
Apparently, there's loads of gravestones dotted around, like out front as well.
And you just know that them names are going to mean something within the universal landscape. Definitely.
Because where is it? What is it meant to? Is it from one of the films? Because
it's
what
the actual manor, what the base are they basing it off anything?
It's Dr. Frankenstein's.
Dr. Frankenstein, yeah.
So, because this is the one I saw that this actual
it's very
real,
similar to that.
Yeah, it's very similar to that, isn't it?
Very similar.
I can't remember
it's my house.
It's your house. It's your shed.
You trying to move in? There's your next apartment, Sean.
Plenty of room for a studio in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't remember what names are rumored for the main Dark Ride in Dark Universe. But I think it's supposed to be based around
Dr. Frankenstein.
It's the Frankenstein is this one which is the Harry Potter and Forbidden Journey style ride, but it's meant to be an evolution of that ride where it can go different elevations and stuff. I don't know if that's still the rumor, but
that was the patent filed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there's been a lot, so many patents filed. Yeah, there's been so much.
But let's just look at Celestial Parks. This is
Monsters: The Frankenstein Experiment.
Okay.
Apparently, RCT.
Oh yeah. That sounds about right.
So Celestial Park is meant to be designed as basically a park. That's what they're saying. When it's an actual park, and I'm just the concept art and the models that we're looking at, I was just really happy with how green it all looks. It looks stunning.
And space.
Nice,
so much space as well. When you go to islands, it's dead cramped, man. Studios is a little bit more open, but
I think they've
so much space.
with islands, it's more true with studios, but islands, some bits are really nice and like greenery, but then there's loads of just concrete. Well, it feels like, when it's really flipping hot, you're trying to get like, somewhere, and it's just like there's just certain parts that are just like so concrete-y, and so
I know what you mean.
is like even like where like Spider-Man is, where the Hulk is, and then when you start getting to Kong, then it starts getting a little bit nicer.
And Jurassic Park is as well.
All around there is like really nice, but there's just certain parts, and Zeus Landing as well, I feel
that's strange.
It's such a weird place.
Strange. I mean, it's supposed to be that, but it's
I know, like, it is.
It's just random how
it feels very
amusement. It is.
It feels very amusement parky to me.
It does.
That's what it like compared to the other parts. It feels very amusement parky. But
it's a walkthrough area as well. Like you have to go through it.
But this just looks so like if they get, they will nail this because we know they'll nail it. It just looks so good.
I mean, if you look at some of the aerial images from BioReconstruct of Starfall Racers, you can already see the landscaping that's going in there as well, the trees and everything that they're bringing in. Like they're bringing in a lot for that. So it's just gone. It's just fucked off. I
looked down and looked back up, and he'd fucked off. I was like,
he's off. He's got Epic Universe. He started his walk now. But I think it's gonna be so nice to walk into. Like it's gonna be a busy place. So having Celestial Park, I think, just to back out of being in like Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World and stuff like that, like just coming back out to that serene setting, it's gonna
it's gonna be themed, but it's gonna feel like organic, if that makes sense.
It's gonna be somewhere where you can unwind a little bit in between dashing around trying to get on all fucking 7 rides.
I like what they've I like that they've taken the like really naturalistic approach to offset how densely packed in everything is in all 4 of the themed lands. And then just accented that with the celestial, ethereal outer space kind of decorative theming elements on top of that.
It's like a Star Trek fantasy world. Like when they land on a really like in Star Trek when they're going to go to like a really like a proper fantasy world where everything's like perfect. Kind of feels like that kind of vibe. Probably.
And that's what I was talking about when we was having the conversation about it yesterday. About I had seen someone make a comment say it's like Efteling and Phantasialand had a kid and raised it really well. And I was like, the more I thought about it, I was like, I know exactly. I see exactly where you're coming from. As someone,
I kind of see what you mean now.
I've not been to Efteling myself, but
no,
by all accounts from the videos that I've watched, it looks super open, super naturalistic, especially with the Enchanted Forest in there. Like it looks like a place that you can enjoy, just not necessarily just going from ride to ride to ride, but you're taking your time walking around the entire park and just enjoying the, I guess, more relaxed and very charming atmosphere to it.
Oh, and how nice is that? Go on, sorry.
And Celestial Park looks to have a lot of that same kind of potential atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
To then contrast to the themed lands that, I mean, Super Nintendo World uses a lot of the same infrastructure approach that Ruckberg does.
Yeah.
And that Klugheim does.
Yeah. Once you're in, and that's it. Yeah.
There's everything like it's just all around you. There's stuff above you, below you, like on your level, like everywhere you look is like that. And I guess like how Strange Dragon will be like to a lesser extent that, and then Dark.
I think that's a little bit more open. I think that's like one of the bigger lands with more of the more.
But you can see the similar aspects to like some of the areas, and I really like that Epic Universe as a whole kind of combines those different design approaches, like in different areas. Like it's going to be vastly different feels to.
I think it's going to feel different every
super cool to
every place you go in this park, everywhere you eat, everywhere you sit down is going to feel completely different to any other place in the park.
Like it's not just that the IPs are vastly different from each other.
Yeah.
The literal design language of how the lands have been built are so variable. And
I think it's a recipe for success. Like, if they can just keep imitating this, if they build another land, you've got to go through a portal to get to it. Simple as that,
And there's talks that like with I don't know much about the supposed ticketing system for the for the area, but being able to use an individual ticket to get into each area and stuff,
that's pretty cool.
Means that they'll be able to keep certain areas open, past posted park hours for certain events, certain corporate events, for whatever else they might want to do throughout the year. Like they've given themselves the autonomy to open keep dark universe open for this specific reason, or keep How to Train Your Dragon open for this specific reason. Like when a new How to Train Your Dragon movie drops, something that. Like they've given themselves the freedom to be able and the flexibility to be able to do that, which is a super cool characteristic of it and stuff. And I mean there's already rumors of them thinking about doing that for Dark Universe as well. It's just a very cool idea coming to life.
The hotel as well. We talked about
Helios.
that. So the Grand Helios Hotel, Helios Grand Hotel, something like that.
Helios Grand Hotel, I think.
Yeah,
Helios.
Do we think that's going to be like a premium? I'm sure it's going to be like a premium hotel.
Without question. The way it looks in the concept art and with the park-facing rooms,
they're going to be expensive. Easy, I reckon. Easy.
$800 to
$1,000 a night.
Wasn't it? Was 500 rooms in there?
Yeah,
that's not that many for like It's obviously a lot, but like it's going to be in demand. Like that means it's going to be even more expensive than what you can imagine.
Because you'll have
people
them
that
and
pay
you've
for
got
that experience.
Two on the outside of the park, which I can't remember their names.
I don't know much about
Stella Nova.
It'll be like
it'll
be like Hotel Miracosta at Tokyo Disney Resort that literally sits on the entrance of Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah.
Where the rooms that face the lagoon,
Venice, right?
Where the volcano is on the opposite side of it, are like I want to say, I was literally looking at this last night. They're like 3 or 4 times as expensive as the other rooms in the hotel.
Yeah, just for the view.
I
mean, even if you look at the Disneyland Hotel at Disneyland Paris, that that was 600 euros just so you can look out that way, instead of looking up, Disney Village.
We'll do the same with Hotel Matamba as well. Like looking into deep in Africa, I'm not sure of what the pricing.
I think there were more. I think there are.
There is a pricing difference, but I can't remember what they are. They are more expensive though.
But I mean, can you at Rutberg? Can you buy special view pods, or is it just?
No, I don't think so.
It is one. You can
pay.
You can do requests, and they will try and accommodate it if they can.
I don't think.
Would you pay if you could for like a?
I would probably do it once. Like, luckily we got really good rooms when we.
You got in the middle, right?
Yeah, it was right in the middle. It was perfect. Like,
but
I wouldn't.
It's not needed because there's balconies everywhere. Like you can walk all around
from the actual rooms.
You can't see anything.
It's only a little porthole. Really? You can't really see much anyway.
Yeah,
but then you can just walk out of your room. Say you're on the bottom floor and not facing anything. You can literally just walk out of your room, walk up to the top tower.
That's what's cool about it.
Walk over to the middle tower, go right up to the top of it, and you've got the best view.
With it being an Orlando hotel, there's probably going to be a restaurant in there open to public in the Helios. It's a very common thing for them to do in Orlando.
There is supposed to be a rooftop something.
Yeah. So I imagine that there will be an opportunity for guests to go into the hotel and go to said restaurant, and you'll get a view of the park. But yeah, staying in them rooms is going to be very expensive. I can only imagine. But it'd be worth it, man. Like, you're literally in the middle of the park. You could pop out of there, and if you've got early access to the park and the lands are open, maybe they'll do like different opening times as well for you know.
It's got its own dedicated entrance into the park as well.
So. Yeah, so it's big. It's a big hotel as well. Like, it's massive. It looks stunning though. It fits. Like, hotels sometimes can look like shit and just be there with the purpose to have rooms so people can stay over. This looks like it's part of the theme park. Like, it's part of the design. It's really cool. I love it. The whole thing for me is just so exciting. I mean, I watched that video about 10 times just to see if I could find something new that I didn't see, and you can. Just keep watching it. You'll see loads of shit. But we've not even talked about Starfall Racers yet, which is.
I mean, we have talked about it previously because we knew the layout.
Really cool.
Yeah,
but the trains, man, then trains look gorgeous on that render. Like,
I couldn't tell, like, they were moving too fast on the render to really make out.
You can pause it. You can pause it and skip frame by frame, and you can see certain like gold like stars on there and loads of purple, and like, it just looks really posh.
From what I could make out, it seems like they want to keep the design of the nose on the front of each train like hidden until they actually do an actual reveal, because it kind of looked like it just used the same basic nose from the from Blue Fire trains.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't.
No.
I'm like, please put a custom design on those trains.
Oh, it'll have a custom design, man. It's got to.
Me and Joe, I think me and Joe were the most excited about the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant. as soon as it got as soon as someone sort of come on the video, we were like, "Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna say the House of Train Dragon Coaster," but yes, that too.
No, honestly, because every time we go to Orlando, we always go to the restaurant I can't remember what it's called now, in the Chinese area at Epcot. It's pretty banging. I like it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's good. It's decent. I really like it every time we go. Just don't do what I did last time I was there and like accidentally knock all the cutlery and glasses off the table.
Are we trying to use chopsticks?
No, I was trying to
drinking around the world.
I was drinking around the world. What I did was I leant on. You know, as you lean on the
around
table,
the world and fell in China.
you know, as you lean on a table when you sit down.
Yeah,
because you've been like on our feet all day. Like, I just leant on one side a bit too hard, and it just hit the whole table.
Oh, fucking hell!
And it was just like. I was like,
imagine the cast members like, oh shit, not again.
See, the thing is, I just know because you weren't in the UK, there wasn't a wave of just way. And I'm so disappointed.
Oh yeah, the potential there is great, isn't it?
No, Mickey Mouse just came and slapped me around the face.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah. That's an iconic moment. Someone cut that. The fact that your mic didn't cut that out is amazing. Well, no, Epic Universe is going to be great. Let us know in the comments if you're going to get out there and what you're most excited for as well, because we want to hear it. And maybe we can do a dedicated episode to maybe one of the lands and stuff when we get more. Coasters are testing now, aren't they? The werewolf spinning coasters testing. I don't think. I imagine. I don't know if Starfall has tested yet. I know it's had the clearance. It's had a clearance envelope on there, but I think that might have just been for the landscaping and stuff. But
there was a clearance envelope somewhere on site. I do remember seeing a photo of it.
Yeah, I've seen it definitely.
And I think they've got the trains on site. Or like at least one train on site, but I don't think that
they can't even fart without bioreconstruct knowing. So it's kind of like it's like it just can't.
The How to Train Your Dragon ride has a train on site, covered in covers, and everyone's wondering. Like, I don't think it's been rumored, or at least I haven't seen much rumors about what the trains are going to be like on that coaster. I think it has the potential to be like a not like the straddle coaster seats, but like bike.
Yeah.
Right. Or just something like that, or just normal sit down seats. Who knows?
It does kind of have that Hagrid's vibe about it, doesn't it? That ride, like what it does.
Yeah, that is that ride is Hagrid's too to me.
Yeah, for sure. But I would like trains like Taron.
That might be exactly why personally, the coaster I'm most excited for is the How to Train Your Dragon one.
Yeah, because what it does, where it goes, and
yeah, it's so expansive in the area. It goes from the back of the land all the way down to the front. Like, it's one of the first things you see as you walk in the land, but the station's right at the back of the land.
Oh man!
And there's so much theming potential in there, and it just Hagrid's is a delight. Like,
it is
an absolute delight, and I just feel like the How to Train Your Dragon one is going to be on that. What is going to take that kind of approach?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to have a fucking huge queue. It's going to be a big. Yeah. See, something's just dawned on me though when we're talking. Like, where the fuck am I going to go first?
Yeah, fucking
what?
Yeah. I think for all intents and purposes, given I've been waiting to see it for so long, I feel like I have to go to Super Nintendo World first.
I think I'd go Dark Universe.
See, I'm torn between them two.
I think like I kind of
Harry Potter.
I kind of what coaster is going to have the longest line. It's the Donkey Kong coaster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The capacity on that thing is going to be fucking awful.
I think I know what to expect with Super Nintendo World. Obviously, they've got the rides and stuff, but that's very much like an explore interactive kind of area. Like you get the game on you could get an app, can't you, with the game on it?
Yeah, on the wrist.
You go around. Like it's somewhere you spend like a long time in. And whereas. Yeah, I think I'd be going to Dark Universe and just doing the cool dark rides and stuff in there and just seeing all that.
I feel like that's only right for you to go to first.
Yeah, definitely would be my vibe.
I feel like I'd probably be drawn to go to Ministry of Magic just to see the sheer scale of it
and what it looks like.
Just from the construction, it's like what the.
I feel like
as well.
I feel like Super Nintendo World will be the first one that I like naturally just go towards.
Yeah.
But the scale of the Ministry of Magic, I feel like is what is going to blow me away about this part the most.
The fact that they're planning on in the Ministry having the extended bit actually be like a screen, but it will look so real that it looks like
we've seen the photos of literally like the scaffolding starting to come down from the building facades. You're seeing people walking around in the area. You're seeing the scale of the buildings, of the width of the paths. The area is fucking huge.
It's massive. Even the height of the buildings as well in that place.
Yeah,
the ridiculous.
Yeah, like you feel completely enveloped in.
The placement is really actually clever of them for that area to actually be kind of going out behind the hotel. So the hotel is actually blocking a lot of what would be very hard to hide otherwise.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be super interesting because we know what they've done with the other Wizarding World areas at the existing parks where they've had to retrospectively like fit in things into their park, but now they've kind of got like the space to do what they want in. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to compare.
And what they did by fitting it into the park is spectacular.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be on another level. Like you look at like Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, and you think, how the fuck can you? It's just such an immersive place. I hate using that word, but it's true. It's such an immersive place to be. And you just completely switch off. You don't think you're in Orlando. You don't think you're at Universal. You think you're at Hogsmeade. You think you're at Diagon Alley. Like it takes over your brain. It's weird. It's so weird. And the first reaction I had when I walked into Diagon Alley, the fucking dragon went off literally about 10 seconds after I walked in, and I was like, "Yep, I'm sold. This is it. This is the best theme land ever." And yeah, even when I got off Gringotts and the whole place was rammed, it was just such a cool place to be. It really was. And coming out of the train station as well was bonkers. That was so surreal.
Yeah.
Felt like I was literally in London when I got off Hogwarts. I was like, this is weird.
Make no mistake, the Ministry of Magic land is going to be the busiest land in the park. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I think so.
I'm going to be close.
You're gonna have to like dedicate.
I don't know. I think Super Nintendo will be a good competitor. Like, I do think it will be just as busy.
It's good though because it'll spread people out.
Just how densely packed in Super Nintendo World is, but these Wizarding World lands, they never fail in bringing literally fucking everyone.
I mean, the weirdest thing that one of the weirdest things I've experienced in Orlando was genuinely just going into Diagon Alley at Halloween Horror Nights because it's empty.
Oh yeah.
It's deserted. Like this, me and Joe went in there, and I'm not kidding you. There was no one in there. Like it's a scare-free zone. But you go everywhere else is busy. Walk in there, just it's the only time you'll ever see it deserted, and it's.
Oh wait, did you? Oh no, you didn't. You went to? Did you go to Florida last year? You didn't.
No, year before.
Right,
yeah, because they've added the.
Because it's not scare-free now, is it?
Oh, they've got the.
It wasn't stupid packed when I was there, but there was definitely they had the Death Eaters out, so that was scare actors as the Death Eaters in there.
I'm sure
they did a little show and they were walking around like scaring people, and people were taking selfies and shit on all that shit. But
I'm sure if you went in about like 12 or 1 o'clock, it'd probably be dead, because I think we went in about 12. I think we went in at like midnight or 12:30. So I think it would probably be less busier then.
Maybe.
But it's a bit of a shame, because like I say, that was a really cool experience, was to see that whole area with like not hundreds of people or thousands of people in there. So yeah, but it's good. It's cool. All right, I think we're ready to wrap up now.
Sure.
I think when we get less than 15, I'm like, there we go, we gotta go. Right, so thank you everyone for joining us.
Thanks,
Thank you.
We shall be back next week, fingers crossed, if all goes well. But we're gonna really try and get on weekly again now. Another week's kicked in, and I'm still ill, but not as ill.
Same.
But yeah, we're getting there. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Does anyone else have anything to add? Anything to talk about?
Coastergen.com. We've launched a new website today, so go and check it out if you haven't. There's going to be more stuff added every day from now on, but yeah, it's launched, so go and check it out.
It looks good. Like it.
Solid.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's only taken what over a year.
Basic. It's basic, but it's basic. It is the virtual tower stuff's going on there eventually, so it's all going to be integrated. So it's going to be a really cool website. Hopefully, that's the plan.
Nice.
But it's live now. I've been paying for it. Like, I'm thinking, let's just fucking get it out there. Like, it's just been sat there, like fucking taking money off me. Like, yeah, I should probably put it out. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been nice to see you all in the chat. Make sure you come back next week, please.
Yeah.
Share us around. Leave comments.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.